Alright, it's time for comments. Time for me to read some comments on my videos to show people just how atheists bombard my videos with straw man arguments, personal attacks, accusations, and character assassination. And avoid the argument completely, not even touching the main argument. So, this comment I'm about to read is from Maul M, who comments to me continually with nothing but straw man arguments. And he's commenting on a video where I talk about thermodynamics, where matter and energy cannot be naturally created. So the only cause that could create something that cannot be created naturally would be a supernatural cause. The opposite of natural is supernatural, a means above the natural. Matter cannot create itself. It doesn't poop itself into existence, quick or slow or any speed, period. It cannot be created. Yet we know matter was indeed created because we know it had a beginning. The universe was not here at one point. It had a beginning. And that was pretty much the topic of the video. So God created. He is that first cause, that supernatural means that created matter. Because atheists really don't have any other choice. If it cannot naturally be created, then their only other option is God, our Lord, our Creator. Because matter, when it did not exist, cannot bring itself into existence. That which does not exist cannot bring about its own existence. That is impossible. That's like saying before I was born, I worked hard on bringing about my own existence. I could do nothing when I didn't exist to do anything. So the only cause would have to be immaterial, because the material didn't exist. It would have to be out of the natural, because no natural processes can create it, and not bound to any natural laws, because again, the natural laws and processes, whatever, cannot create matter. God created. So that's the video basically in a nutshell. So let me stop ranting on that. And let me read Maul M's comment. Totally off topic. Absolutely, completely off topic. Quote, "That is so precious. You think you're using science to prove something. Okay, now use science to substantiate claims that the surface tension of water can hold the weight of a Jewish zombie. I'll wait." And he has a stupid face at the end like, duh. Okay, this is entirely off topic. Mr. Maul, once again, you're being a stupid idiot. So let's take your thing here, your bullshit from the top. You think you're using science to prove something? Mr. Maul? Hello, Mr. Maul? Anybody fucking home? Last I checked, thermodynamics was, science! Last I checked, thermodynamics was fucking science, you dumbass! Oh, bullshit! Boy, this guy's a real winner, ain't he? You think you're using science to prove something? Well, last I checked, yes, I was, since thermodynamics is fucking science, you moron! And this science, this scientific law, states that matter cannot create itself. You're damn right I'm using science, dumbass. It's called thermo-fucking dynamics. You ever heard of it? Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Anybody home at all? Woo! Boy, this is fun. Oh, God. Now his next half, talking about Jesus Christ walking on the water. Jesus wasn't a normal person. He was God in human flesh. As the creator of the universe, he has the right to walk on water. He created it. But again, that's a straw man. You see how he ignores the argument? Number one, he says, I'm not using science when indeed thermodynamics is a scientific law, so I am using science. Then he jumps to a straw man and talks about Jesus. That is not the main argument. A straw man is when you argue something that the main argument wasn't even mentioning, and then you knock it down. You see, he's putting up straw men and then knocking the straw man down, and he's not even touching the main argument. Jesus had nothing to do with what I just said, Mr. Mall, so let me repeat once again. Scientific law, not my opinion. The scientific law, thermodynamics, the scientific law states matter and energy can neither be created or destroyed. Now, try answering the main argument, Mr. Strawman. Okay, now let's go on to somebody else. I guess he's a Mr. I don't know. Tovek, T-O-V-E-C, Tovek, commented 18 hours ago. Ooh, this ought to be good. Quote, didn't anyone tell you not to keep repeating lies? Apparently someone failed you in the past. So I'll say, so now, don't state lies. Close quote. Oh, bullshit. Woo! This is fun. This is better than an e-ticket at Disneyland. Oh, God, the stupidity, man. Oh, God. The stupidity that you hear talking to atheists, it flows like a river. It just flows. Again, is he answering the main argument of this video? No. Is he even touching it with a 10-foot pole? No. What did he just accuse me of? Lying. Was I lying when I stated thermodynamics states that matter nor energy can either be created or destroyed? No. I Googled it. From scientific sites. I did my research. For years I've been doing this. It's all over the internet. Google it. It's called a scientific fucking law. You dumbass. How is stating a scientific law lying? So now I guess thermodynamics is a fucking lie. The scientist made it up off the top of his head. He was woo! He was drunk in his laboratory one night, and he thought, you know what? I'll make up a law just for the hell of it. Man, this is some good beer, man. Excellent shit. Oh yeah, this sounds good. I'll call it oh yeah, thermodynamics. Yeah, we'll call it that. Yeah. I think thermodynamics should say that matter and energy cannot be. I've been drinking too much. I think you should state that matter and energy could not be destroyed or created. Yeah, woo! I know, dramatic, ain't it? He made it up off the top of his head. He was bored, drunk, whatever, insane, and just decided to just make up a scientific law just because, I don't know, just because. And I'm lying because I'm repeating the scientist lie who made it up. And it's really not true at all! Woo! I hope you're having a fun ride, enjoying your breakfast while listening to this insanity. Whew. I try to entertain too at the same time. What can I say? Alrighty, let's go on to another comment. What do we got here? Tom Anderson, 81. Oh boy, not this guy again. Quote, isn't that a contradiction? Matter cannot be created, therefore God created it? Oh, bull. Shit. Oh, Mr. Anderson, I believe I have answered you on this over and over and over and over and over ad infinitum ad bloody nauseum. And you're still asking me the same damn thing. No, it is not a contradiction. I said, now maybe that you can hear my voice, maybe you'll get it more clear this time, Mr. or Tom Anderson, whoever. I said, and the law of thermodynamics states, matter and energy cannot naturally be created. Naturally. Do you get that word? Do you know what it means? It cannot naturally. Let that sink in. It cannot, listen, it cannot naturally be created. Now, number 2, Mr. Anderson. You're still in the Matrix? I see the picture of Neo on your thing. That's cool. Now, number 2. We know matter obviously was fucking created because it, well, exists! We can see it. There's planets. We got matter all over the place. So we know that it was created. Are you still with me? Number 1, it cannot naturally. That's the key. Focus on that word. Highlight it, underline it, put it in bold. Get the picture here. It cannot naturally be created. Naturally is the key word. Number 2, again, for repetition, for this thick-headed skull. Number 2, we know that matter was created because, well, it exists. That's pretty simple. It's here. So since it is here, and since it obviously was, then the means by which it was created cannot be natural means. Why? Let's back up. It cannot naturally be created. So therefore, since it was, because it's here, it couldn't have been created by a natural means, which means the author of matter, its creator, was not of any natural means or process, but above the natural, because it's here. So it was created. It didn't always exist. The universe had a beginning. Every scientist knows this. So therefore it was. And again, the creator cannot be of the natural process. The creator of matter has to be above the natural because it cannot naturally come into existence. So it takes a cause that is above the natural, not of it, not bound to it, has nothing to do with it, but one that creates the natural. The only cause that creates the natural would be supernatural cause. All supernatural really means is that which is above the natural. It doesn't mean wizards and Thor and the God of Thunder and all this bull crap. No. It doesn't mean magic and wizardry, Harry Potter. No. All it means is something that there is a cause that is above the natural. That's all it means. So God created. No natural process, no natural cause is going to bring it into existence. So if it isn't a natural cause, and it cannot be, because there was no natural cause that can cause it to exist, And since it does exist, and we know this, and since it did have a beginning, and we know this, then the only, not 2 options, not 5 options, Anderson, not 100 options, Anderson, the only option, Anderson, is that a supernatural cause caused it to exist. God created. So no, there was no contradiction. The only contradiction would be what you're talking about. When the law says no natural cause can cause it to exist, and yet believe a natural cause did cause it to exist. You're the one in the land of self-contradiction, not me. I'm not contradicting. I'm not talking about a natural cause bringing matter into existence. I'm talking about God, our Creator, who is above the natural, outside the natural. He is a supernatural cause who brought it into existence. So the contradiction is in the atheism, not in what I'm saying, because the law states a natural cause. It cannot naturally be created. So therefore, it would take a supernatural cause. But atheism states a natural cause brought it into existence because they reject the supernatural. Yet that's against what the law of thermodynamics states. So that is the contradiction, Anderson, not what I'm saying. I hope that is perfectly clear so we can move on to the next comment. I've spent too much time on you already. Alrighty. Let's see. This is from Robin Dude. This will probably be the last comment. I can't go over them all because they're endless. They're ad infinitum. They go on and on and on. Jeez. Anyways, this Robin Dude says, quote, matter in the universe had a beginning and didn't exist at one point? Prove this statement without making incoherent statements. Do remember that before the Big Bang is incoherent. Therefore, appealing to any point that includes such nonsense is also incoherent. Did he even touch the main argument? No, he didn't touch it at all. He's denying a scientific law. So it looks like I have to repeat myself once again for Mr. Robin Dude. Once again, let's repeat. Matter and energy cannot naturally be created. It is a scientific fucking law. So why should I have to prove what scientists know is a fucking law? Why should I have to prove what you can look up on Google in 5 seconds? I shouldn't have to prove a scientific law to you. The fact that it cannot naturally be created leaves only one option since it was created. A supernatural cause created it. Because there is no natural cause that can create it. Because it is not naturally created. And it also, number 2, cannot bring itself into existence before it existed. Because that which does not exist cannot cause its own existence. This is illogical absurdity. Now you say, do you remember that before the Big Bang is incoherent? No, it's not incoherent. There was a before the Big Bang. The bang didn't keep exploding for all eternity. There was a point before it exploded. Duh! So rather you can understand it or comprehend it or not is irrelevant. There was a before a Big Bang. Even if there even was a damn bang, no scientist was there. He didn't see it. What exploded? Last I checked, nothing doesn't explode. Here's atheism theology. In the beginning was nothing. Then it exploded. Woo! Yay! In the beginning was nothing. Then it fucking exploded! Woo! Oh my God! this is funny. Oh my God. Woo! Hey, we're all having a fun ride. Oh boy, I'm out of breath. Oh my God, this is too funny. They don't know if anything exploded. You dumb atheist. Was a scientist there when it happened? Did he film this on a smartphone? Not a damn one of them was there. They don't know anything except for the universe came into existence. That's what they're sure of. Through the expansion, they can trace it back smaller and smaller and smaller until nothing was here. So that they know. Whether there was an actual explosion or not, they don't know. But to be really nice to you, I'll just agree. Okay, yeah, there was an explosion, okay? Nothing exploded. So, but before this happened, whether it's an explosion or just a quiet expansion or whatever, there wasn't before it happened. Because the event wasn't ongoing for eternity. That's just stupid-ass nonsense. There was a beginning to it, the time when it initially happened. So there was a before that point. Whether you can comprehend it or not is irrelevant. Now, some atheists might say, well, you don't know before the expansion, if there wasn't anything here, there might have been something. Well, what caused that something to exist? Now we're going backwards again. What caused that something to exist? Then what caused that something to exist? Then what caused that something to exist? A chain with no beginning whatsoever that goes back eternity? Guess what? It cannot exist. No such thing. There's no such thing as a row of dominoes without a first domino. A chain that has no ultimate starting point cannot exist. And at that ultimate starting point, there would have been nothing in existence, literally. Otherwise, you're still going backwards. And let me repeat, a chain with no beginning cannot exist. It cannot exist. So, but that's for another video topic. I just want to answer his specific thing right here. He tries to tell me that I cannot go before the Big Bang, that's incoherent, etc., etc. No, it's not. We cannot comprehend it, maybe. We don't understand it, maybe, because we wasn't here. But that's irrelevant. There was a before. I mean, that's like saying I went grocery shopping last week, but there wasn't a before that point. Well, I wasn't grocery shopping nonstop my entire life. Before that event took place, where I went to the store and went shopping for groceries, there was a before that point. A point before that happened. So whenever the Big Bang happened, there was a time before that event happened. Whether you can understand it or not is irrelevant. Again, that's a straw man. Doesn't matter if you can understand it or not. There was a time before that event took place, whether you like it or not. So anyways, none of these comments people are even, they're not even touching the main argument at all. They're going off the topic and asking either me to prove things that the video is not even talking about, or prove things from the Bible like Jesus walking on water, which is a straw man, or they're accusing me of lying, which I'm not, because I'm just repeating a scientific law. The law states this. I didn't state this. I didn't create thermodynamics. Hello? I didn't write the law, silly people. The law is what it is. It states what it states. I didn't write it. Go look it up. Go Google the damn thing. If you think it's a lie, then go Google it and tell the scientist that came up with the law that he's the liar. I'm repeating what the law states. So if you think it's a lie, again, go find the scientists that made up the law, that discovered the law. Go tell them they're liars. Don't tell me. I'm just repeating what the law says. It didn't come from me. I didn't make the damn law. I'm just repeating the law. So I hope you've enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. Knowing just how ridiculous, that these people get with their stupid comments. The 3 comments that I answered in this video, I am removing right now, since they will now have their answer just by listening to this video. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been educational, entertaining, funny, hilarious at the same time. I try to make it all of those things. I don't like boring, robot-toned videos the same all the way through. I like entertainment and education at the same time. So I hope you got it all in a nutshell. So until next time, this is Voice of Truth saying over and out. I will see ya.